So let us not waste any more time. Just dive straight into the big story of today. Of course, we'll be talking some Disney as well, but the big breaking news here. And I'm so glad that we have both the special Paul and Kabrutus here for this one. This comes to us from Bounding Into Comics.
Yeah, I read this.
Government broadcaster Radio Canada accuses Sweet Baby Inc. detected Steam curator group creator Kabrutus of leading a cyber harassment campaign. What do you know? That's pretty fantastic stuff. Let's read the story a little bit. According to a Canadian government-run broadcaster, Radio Canada, so this is then the equivalent of the BBC, the individual who kicked off the current round of video game industry discourse with his creation of the Sweet Baby Inc. detected Steam curator group, Kabrutus, can best be described not as an unhappy consumer concerned with the ongoing DEI territoriation of one of his favorite mediums, but as, this is the quote from Radio Canada, the leader of a cyber harassment campaign. This comes from the French-speaking branch of Canada. It's specified.
So that means it sounds extra snooty.
Well, I don't know that the French Canadians would agree with that, but many others would, especially the English-speaking Canadians, I think. The French-speaking branch of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation leveled this accusation towards the Brazilian video game player in an April 4th summary piece entitled "Too Woke, a Montreal video game studio is a victim of harassment." Yes, because Sweet Baby Inc. is in Canada. Itself written with the intention of giving the outlet's readers a heavily slanted recap of the current Sweet Baby Inc. discourse. So let's give the article a little break here. So, Mr. Cyber Leader of the Cyber Harassment Campaign, what do you have to say for yourself?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what do you think of the language used here, that you are now the leader of a cyber harassment campaign?
The other day I was talking to Grams and I was envying him because Kotaku called him the leader of the crusade for hot women in gaming. I mean, bro, I need a cool title like yours. Please, how do I make them give me a cool title like yours? And I got mine. Kabrutus, creator of the Sweet Baby Detect movement and leader of the cyberbullying campaign. That's pretty badass. I loved it. Thank you. I finally have my own title, and well, what can I say, right? I'm basically Megatron. Looks like, but well, I don't even know what to say. I just love this,
Ask and you shall receive, I guess.
I think what you need to do is take a camera out to wherever you're living in Brazil and take photos of the billboards for banking ads that feature topless women.
Ooh,
because you got them all over Brazil. I've seen them.
Yeah. Brazil.
Everything is sold with topless women.
Yeah, Brazil. Brazilian women are beautiful, and they have this thickness, and we love it here. And yeah, they feature lots of. But it kind of changed in the past years. The woke culture. Yes, the woke culture is in Brazil. So, but we still have some. We still, especially here in my region. But yeah, we still have some, definitely.
Well, I'm sure Luna is quite. Very circumspect and very chaste in his perspective on women, being a communist.
Yeah. You mean Lula, right?
Lula, sorry, Lula. Not
yes.
Lula.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm taking things into places where it shouldn't go. I do this all the time.
Be quiet.
It's okay. It's fine. No worries. It's fine. No, I'm just. No, it's just that.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have very
But Paul,
quickly
No, no,
speaking
become,
of that,
just
as
don't.
the representative of the
Oh,
People's Republic of Canada,
yes.
what's your thoughts on this article right here?
Well, I mean, it's clear based on what's already happened on the Canadian broadcorping castration, as I like to call it, um, is that there's already been two hit pieces on on people who have been questioning Sweet Baby already. The Current, which is a show managed by Matt Galloway. I've tried to reach out to him several times to try to correct him on his broadcast. He won't get back to me. And then there was another show, and I can't remember the name of it, where they also were trying to protect Sweet Baby Inc. To
uh-huh.
me, it all sounds like a conspiracy by individuals within Sweet Baby Inc. who are going to have government funds, who are going to, and I talked about it in the video, who are going to be government funded because that's the thing that we do in Canada. They're in Montreal, which has hosts about 48 gaming studios in Montreal. So, they're going to rally around this company, and I'm sure that they've got connections to some apparatchik in the Canadian government that they're going to call and going to complain that we're under attack. And Canada is spending $300,000 on now some survey that's going to be managed by some UK spy company on the effects of violent video games on mass murderers. We saw this during Gamergate 1, where suddenly the mainstream media was talking about the effect of violent video games on mass murderers, and we're just repeating all of this again. And Kabrutus, unfortunately, or fortunately, for his channel, I'm sure it doesn't hurt him, is at the epicenter now of this, this horrific thing where all he is doing is listing the games that Sweet Baby Inc. lists themselves. That's
Yes.
all he's doing. And this repeats itself all the way through everything that we're, throughout the whatever the left have infested in education and business. All you need to do is reveal their documentation that they're giving to employees, to students, to teacher trustees, and they freak out. How dare you reveal what it is that we're doing? That's all Kabrutus is doing. He's not doing anything else but revealing the truth that's on their own websites. It's hilarious.
Yeah, basically
Yeah,
revealing what's
yeah.
already out there.
Actually, I'm not revealing anything because it's not hidden. It's
No,
in the
that's
website.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and the most, this is pretty obvious. This has been repeated all over the internet, but I must say here, they do not mention the fact they call me a harasser. They call me that I started a cyberbullying campaign. But the truth is, and you guys know that, they are the ones. I mean, Sweet Baby is the one who tried to start a harassment campaign against me. We are in this point because they did this. They tried to do this like a month ago. I mean, I think from what I know, they didn't do anything to their employee who tried to do this with me. From what I know, he's still working there. And they refuse to talk about it. And even those outlets, they just pretend that nothing happened, that they didn't do anything. And me, because I'm creating a list, which by the way is going to become way, way more comprehensive. DI companies, just wait for me, okay? I mean, just wait for me. Just give me a little bit more time. Yeah, but that's what really, I don't care if they call me these names. I just have a laugh. I showed those to my friend. I was showing to my mom. She was laughing with me. I mean, I don't care. But the hypocrisy, the lies, that's what really, bro, it's disgusting, to say the least. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's instructive for everybody to see your video where you talk about your origins and your
Mhm.
interests in video games. I think the level of passion that you bring to just
I
playing
will watch
games is
it. Mhm.
an amazing video to watch. I cannot for the life of me imagine any of the people at Black Girl Gamers or Sweet Baby Inc., any of them having your pedigree for the number of games that you have played, and your interest in Japanese RPG and your passion for that. It's a great video, and I think that's what people need to concentrate on: the fact that you really are a gamer, and you're up against a bunch of people who aren't gamers, and they say stupid things like video games should be for everyone. and I said, no, video games shouldn't be for everyone. They should be for people who like playing video games. That's it.
Yes.
It's
Definitely.
really very, very simple, but they've got this weird notion that somehow in the corner, the recesses of this planet are some, bereft, diversity-infused individual who are prevented from playing video games because...
If I may add to that, according to Xbox, there's about 3 billion people who are bereft and prevented from playing video games because they're not safe.
Actively
that's why they need to be made safe and diverse, so that these people prevented right now will flock to Xbox instead. Let's see how that is working out for them.
Andre, I think that you talked to me about how diverse the gaming industry started. I think it was you, right? So how can they...
I don't think it was me. It was in a stream we both were on. Someone brought...
I think it was you.
It
was Pro. Pro, I think it was Pro.
Pro, yeah, it was Pro.
Yes. Sorry. Sorry, I thought it was you.
About Street Fighter, for instance.
Yes.
A Japanese game which is so naturally diverse, and it's made by an exclusively Japanese team. And the funny thing is that they just played upon stereotypes, stereotype upon stereotype upon stereotype, some things that don't even fit well together, like, for instance, Sanjeev, the Russian wrestler, Russian free wrestling, that type, but still, it kind of like worked. And it only goes to show that you don't need this forced diversity. What you need is good games. When you have a good game, it's going to appeal to everyone, everywhere. Simple as that. For another contemporary example, Mortal Kombat. Same thing there. I mean, also incredibly diverse. No one is being kept out of gaming. Or Super Mario. How many people all over the world have played Super Mario, a 100% Japanese game featuring a fat
Italian plumber.
Italian-American plumber.
Italian plumber, yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of fat Italian plumbers, hi, everybody. I'm not Italian, but I am fat. And
there, 1 out of 2.
Yeah, 1 out of 2 anyway. I eat like an Italian, though. We also have somebody else joining us in the background here. I believe Kabrutus has met this gentleman before. I'm being a little sarcastic. Welcome, Yellow Flash.
Oh, there he is.
Hello, fellow fats.
Yellow Flash.
Hello.
I've lost 6 pounds. So I've stopped
Greetings,
eating lunch.
Yellow Flash. So glad to have you here today. So let's get your thoughts on this. Kabrutus is now declared the leader of a cyber harassment campaign. Are you reconsidering who you want to have in your group of friends yet?
Are you ashamed on being on this forum?
Yeah, I just got done talking to Kabrutus before the stream. We were going over who we were going to harass later.
Oh. Yeah.
So, I'm not shocked that they've discovered our plot.
Well, the plot thickens like my waistline.
So I've been to your website, Kabrutus. It's right now just 1 page, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. That was a good joke. Yes. Right now it's just a static image, but the website's coming. It's closed, guys. I mean, people ask me about the website every day.
And
it is coming. Sure.
For those wondering, I just have to add that the website we're talking to is DEI detected, yes. And the link for that is in the description, along with all your other socials.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Sorry, I completely forgot to call the website. Yes, it's DEIdetected.com, and on the website, I mean, it is called DEI Detected because the name means exactly what it is. I will expand to talk not only about Sweet Baby, but all these others DI companies, and even if we found a way, if we find a way to prove, we can even talk about games that have DI inserted into them without needing a consultancy company. Because I have this theory that in the near future, the big companies, like the big publishers, they will start internalizing those DI teams. They will have their own DI teams, so they won't need external consultancy companies. But the DI will still be there. So I will try to figure a way to identify this and prove this, so I can put on my website and also on my list. And I will have a special section to promote good indie games. And I will talk about it, because I love indie games. I just love indie games. For me, indie games, Japanese games, South Korean games like Stellar Blade is right around the corner. They are the salvation of this industry, in my opinion. Right now, I think that they are the future, and I want to do my best to promote good indie games. Especially from developers that don't have much spotlight. I've been talking with some developers, and I'm trying to figure ways how to make videos and to talk about them on my website. I will also have a section dedicated for tabletop slash tabletop, and also those RPGs, miniature mini war gaming. There are some developers of those kind of hobbies that are talking to me, and they complain of the same thing. It got invaded, like infected by this mindset. And yes, I just need someone that knows more than me about this subject, because I'm more about video games, but I'll try my best to promote them. And yeah, I'll have I know this is just the beginning. I will have many things, many features. I'm still talking to the developers. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great start. And I'll also change the group, the Steam Curator page, to add more games related to DI, not only Sweet Baby 2. That's my plan moving forward. Also my YouTube channel, yes.
Have you heard, or anyone, Flash, or anyone heard whether the game companies, rather than circling the wagons, seem to are getting a little bit scared of this campaign?
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious from the way they're acting. Look at, you have Kotaku people freaking out, and it's no coincidence.
Yeah, but Kotaku's always going to take that side.
You see a lot of people from these studios coming out and saying stuff too. Like, that's been going on for a couple of weeks now. A lot of people from these game studios coming out saying this has got to stop and all of that. I mean, that's why they're speaking out about it. They're trying to curb it by using old tactics to scare you, like saying, "Oh, it's white supremacist," because Kabrutus is the whitest guy I know. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, a white supremacist movement is going on here.
Yes, and there's also the developer. I mean, one developer from the Flintlock, that game that I had on the list, it tried to say to me, "Hey, our game, we had involvement with Sweet Baby in the past, but hey, we just scrapped everything that they did. We have nothing of DI in this game." And I asked him, "Okay, I'm willing to believe you guys, but can we talk about it? Or maybe you guys can choose us and allow us access to the game." Some people said to me that maybe asking for access to the game is a bit too much. Yes, but I gave him like 4 different options, including this one. And they only said that they could not because of non-disclosure agreement. I think this is how it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And later, I had to go. Yeah, I mean, I had to put it on the list. And you guys, I think you guys remember the girl from the studio of the Flintlock. She was freaking out because of this. She was calling everybody racist, and the same script. And Grumps Grumps talked a lot about her. And yeah, I mean, I think I made the right decision by adding the game there. I don't think they got rid of the DI stuff. If they did, they would show me.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were scared, I would say, and yeah, they didn't want to make it my list.
Yeah, and as we were,
sorry, carry on, Tom.
No, I was just going to say I can't wait to see the list expand beyond video games, as we were talking the other day.
Bro, I would love to.
The
Sorry.
The only concern I have is a game that's infested with DEI could still end up being a good game.
Mm-hmm.
So
You mean technically speaking, right?
Technically speaking, and
Okay.
it could be good gameplay, good enough to warrant your investment in it. And
I mean,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a good point, and I wanna I wanna say something about it. My list is about games involved with DI. There really is not. I mean, right now there really is not any other criteria that I use to put a game on my list and I make it very clear to everybody that follow me, to everybody that support me, to everybody that watches me. Just you guys are free to do whatever you guys want with your money. I mean, if you think that a game involved with Sweet Baby is still a good game, besides the fact that it got involved with Sweet Baby, bro, it's your money. You're free. Go get the game and have fun. I won't hate you because of this. You won't. I won't see you as a traitor, a betrayer because you did this. I mean, yes, games can be technically good even though they have involved with Sweet Baby. I agree with you. But in my personal opinion, and that's just my personal opinion, okay? I'm not trying to say that everybody should be like me and should do what I do. In my personal opinion, if I know that a game has these political agendas and DI stuff and involvement with, I avoid the game. And why I do this? Because maybe even if it's a good game, and I do it because there are plenty of good games out there. I mean, we have many good games to play. I mean, this is just what I think. I don't have to force myself into eating shit, by playing that game. Um, just because it is a good game, technically speaking. We have many, technically speaking, good games. If you take a look at, for example, again, indie games, Japanese games, South Korean games now, retro games, bro, there are lots of retro games that I have yet to play, for example, and I will. I mean, there are tons of good games out there waiting for you to be discovered, and you don't have to give money to those guys. But that's just my opinion.
I was just about to say I was just talking about this yesterday, that there's a big uptick in retro gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Even people that never grew up with them are going back and playing them because they find them charming.
And they're also pretty amazing. And there are so many undiscovered gems because you're familiar with the Sonics and the Marios and stuff, but there are so many hidden gems there, which are truly amazing and that will stand up to the best of games today. But Cultured, we haven't heard much from you. Before I remove this article from screen, do you think anyone is going to be fooled by this? By Kabrutus being labeled the leader of a cyber harassment campaign? Will this work even in Canada?
I would like to think that my Canadian brethren have grown a brain cell and know that this state media propaganda is, just exactly that. The biggest problem that I see is there will be some people who will use this as a reference piece going forward, because that's what they all do. They spin a narrative and then everybody else spins their own narrative from it. And so you have all the talking points and everything else there. It's one of the biggest problems, but I don't think anybody that is thoughtful person is going to take this seriously.
I'm really shocked at the harsh language used by the CBC, Radio Canada, as we say here in Quebec, Quebec at Stan. It's aggressive. Like, it's just so crazy. Now, the interesting thing is that, CBC, its reach now is 1.3% of all Canadians. And then a smaller percentage of that is going to be from Quebec. It's 20% of Canada. So almost nobody has heard this broadcast.
Yeah, right, but again, it's the foul elements of the urinalists out there, especially in the new Cuba, Canada region of your countries.
Well, the fact that they refuse, as journalists, to have proper dissenting voices on their station is offensive. And that's not
So-
journalism.
Yeah.
So that means that they'll be speaking right to the heart of their core audience then, because
Correct.
everyone who isn't their core audience would have stopped listening a long time ago.
Well, I guarantee you CBC has a minuscule gamer audience.
Well, and they're, you know, and again, it's just an attempt to wag a dog, but the tail's not attached to the dog.
They're just carrying water for Sweet Baby Inc.
Exactly.
That's all they're doing.
Yep.
Maybe. Sorry. Go ahead.
Nope, that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I have. Maybe they are trying to present this story to people outside of the gaming community. Let's say the normies, the people that don't play video games
Sure.
that much, and people that are not well familiarized with this, and they are trying to present this story for them, and immediately manipulating them, into picking a side, which is the one of Sweet Babies / Kotakos. Maybe that's what they are trying to do.
Well, I can see a parent after listening to this broadcast rushing up to their kid, their teen, who's playing Helldivers, saying, "Stop! I've got some information I need to tell you about this awful Kabrutus fellow. This might change your opinion on playing Helldivers."
Yeah. I mean,
Helldivers is great, by the way.
Oh, and by the way, those of us who've played Helldivers knows that you could be, you could have voice communication with each other, or you can be anonymous, right?
Yeah.
So far,
yes.
pardon me? Yeah, so far in the thousands of hours of playing Helldivers, I've not encountered one single black girl gamer.
When are you going to play Helldivers with us?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to invite?
You want in the group? I have a
No,
YouTube
I'm
group
terrible.
I made.
I'm
Oh,
terrible.
that's okay. We'll train you up.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, Flash, we played with some guys that were, I remember we were playing with, I think that it was that Star Wars girl. She was just getting started, and it was
She's good now.
Yeah, she's good now. Yeah, I bet she is.
She had,
And
I played with her last night. She had 150 kills.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah,
man.
that's coming
But
from,
friendly
killing the
kills
team
or
when she started.
friendly
I got
kills or
150 plus kills, but those are chicken nuggets.
I nominate my son, who is way better.
that works then. Yeah, it's my favorite game right now. Helldivers 2 is such an amazing game, man. It's so much fun. It's incredible. And it's a $40 game, and the developers, they don't care about political bullshit, And that's amazing. We need more of this in the industry.
This clip was taken from Midnight's Edge in the Morning, which streams live every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 AM Pacific Time on the Midnight's Edge main channel. There you can send in your live questions and comments before clips and full stream replays are uploaded to Midnight's Edge live archives. We are also on Twitter, Rumble, Odyssey and Facebook, so smash that like, help share, subscribe and join us.